Good morning, everyone. My name is David Chu. Welcome to my channel. Before I begin, I just want to let you know again that I am only licensed in Texas and that this video is for informational purposes only, and that each case is unique and that it's always best to hire an attorney and consult with an attorney with your specific situation and your specific facts. So today's question is from yesterday. I received a call from one of my clients. He's a new landlord, and unfortunately his tenant is not paying rent. So my client asked me, David, how do I mail or how do I deliver a 3-day notice to vacate? So in Texas, before you can actually file an eviction, you do need to send a 3-day notice to vacate to the tenant. And there are definitely different ways you have to, different methods you have to use to deliver this 3-day notice to vacate. The first method of delivering a 3-day notice to vacate is through first-class mail. That's the standard method, just a standard number 10 envelope, first-class mail stamp, delivered from the name of the landlord to the tenant. The second way you want to deliver a 3-day notice to vacate is through certified mail, return receipt requested. And this is where you go, you probably have to go to the post office, you fill out that card on the back, it's that green card, it's called the return receipt. And the certified mail is that section that goes on the front that allows you to track where the letter is going. So first method, of course, first-class mail. The second way to deliver the 3-day notice to vacate is through certified mail, return receipt requested. The third method to deliver the 3-day notice to vacate is hand delivery, which requires the landlord or someone that represents the landlord to actually knock on the door of the tenant and leave that mail with them. And if you also do hand delivery, the fourth method you can do is you can post the 3-day notice to vacate inside the home. Now, this is maybe not something feasible if you rent out a home because it's just unusual to go into someone's home and post the 3-day notice to vacate. But posting it inside the door is usually a method for people that live in an apartment where it's not expected, but where sometimes management may enter the property to fix things or take a look at issues that need to be resolved. So the fourth method that some people do is they would post it on the inside of the front door. And if you have a tenant who lives in a house, you can post it on the front door on the outside, you can post it on the garage door, or you can post it on the gate outside of the home. And finally, the fifth way to deliver a notice to vacate depends upon whether or not it's allowed in the lease. Every lease is different. Every lease between a landlord and a tenant is different. But in general, a lot of people in Texas use the Texas Association of Realtors lease. And if you use that TAR lease, which is what it's sometimes referred to as, if you look at number 35, on number 35, which is about page 14 of that lease agreement, depending on which version you're using, on number 35, there's a space that says, that allows the tenant and the landlord to write down their email address. And there's the sentence above it says that if the tenant or the landlord writes their email address under number 35, it means that they're consenting to delivery of notices through email. So you want to check to look at your lease agreement. Look at number 35 if you're using the standard TAR lease. If the tenant does have their email address on that lease, then you are able to send the copy of the 3-day notice to vacate through email. However, even though that's on the lease, a lot of times most courts like the standard default method of sending a notice, which is through first-class mail, certified mail, return receipt requested. So in summary, or to recap, the five methods, to deliver the 3-day notice to vacate is first-class mail, standard envelope. The second method is certified mail, return receipt requested, where you fill out the green card and where they sign it once it's delivered to them. However, during COVID, a lot of times what I'm finding is that the people that deliver the mail, instead of knocking on the door and handing that card or the envelope to the recipient for them to sign, a lot of the postal delivery workers are just tearing off the green card, writing COVID on the back in place of the signature and just leaving it in the mailbox. And the third method is hand deliver, where you just knock on the door. Maybe a good method allows you to talk to the tenant, see what's going on, maybe figure out why they're not able to pay rent. And the fourth method, of course, is where you post the 3-day notice to vacate inside the front door. And if you do it that way, they recommend taking a picture, like once you put it on the inside of the front door, maybe you just want to take a picture to show that you posted it. And if they live in a house, then maybe you could post it on the front door or on the garage door. And the last method to deliver a 3-day notice to vacate is through email. So check the lease, see if it's allowed. If the tenant did write their email address, usually there's a sentence that says if the tenant writes their email addresses, then that means they consent to delivery of any sort of notices under the lease, which would include a 3-day notice to vacate, and they're consenting to delivery by email. And I hope I answered your questions. If you have any other legal questions about evictions or anything else in Texas, feel free to send me a text, send me a call. My number is area code 832-896-6288. My phone number will be in the description box below. And also, you can reach me by email at attorney.dave@yahoo.com. I also include that in the description below. I hope you found this video informative. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment with any questions you have, or if it's more personal in nature, definitely send it through text or phone call or send me an email. And see you in the next video. Thank you so much.